Okay, so what we're going to do is first and foremost go to one of the pages that's appearing in the main navigation. So if we visit the site, you'll see that there are a couple of pages set up here. Solar panels, inverters, solar batteries. Let's go with inverters. So at the moment it's a completely blank page. What we need to do is to come into the edit page, classic editor. We'll go to the advanced layout editor, which is this blue button here, and choose a template. So the template for these top level pages is the template product category. Okay, so what this has is a sort of hero image for whatever we're talking about. In this case, it's inverters, and then we've got related products, which is where we'll create links for each of the categories of product that we're going to be referring to. So the first stage of this is to create links between a particular category of product. So in this case, this is going to be solar inverters. And we'll save it. And just to make it really safe, I guess, as we're progressing, every time you make a major change, like every couple of minutes, just come over here and update. And what that will do is just make sure that your progress is saved, and it will just mean that we don't lose any work. Okay, so this information is stuff that Ian will have to help you out with, but as an example here, we're talking about solar inverters, so let's get rid of this element, this image here, and instead we'll insert an image. Now, it may very well be that we've got a nice picture of a solar inverter. Here's one here, already uploaded, so let's use that one. And just when you're working with images, you select the image over here on the right hand side. You'll see that there's an attachment display setting. Now, you always want to be working in full size, because the way that the site is built means that it will automatically resize to match the size of the device that's viewing it. So we're going to save that. Now we've got a nice picture of a battery. Let's change this. Oh, that's it. So solar inverters. Sorry, we're going to have to go change this over. What do we got? Hopefully we've got a nice juicy Fronius. Here we go. Or is that a battery? Have I got these upside down? Anyway, let's assume that that is the inverter. Come over here to full size. Insert. Save. These are two two products I'm not familiar with. And then under related products, this is where you're going to have to be a little bit tricky. So under related products, we need to put all of the brands or categories that we're working with. And you can find this information either in the attachment to the email that this is sent in, or you can come over to pages over here, and you'll see that under solar inverters there are, sorry, go to products categories. Here you'll see under solar inverters, this category here, that we've got all of the different brands that we're going to be working with. So for this, we're only interested in that first information, little bit of information there, which is the brand name. So Delta, N phase. If we go to the second page, you'll see that there is more brands. So N phase, Fronius. So this first category page is just to get people to the correct brand page. So at the moment we've got Longy Solar here, which is one of the brands that we're going to be using. So we can keep that one in place and just ask Ian to go in and change the blurb for it, or you can get the information for the blurb on the UV Power site. So we can go up to the solar inverters information here. Here we go, we've got a nice Fronius image. And let's search for Delta. Okay, we've got the logo here, and this is what we're going to use. So right click it, save the image, save that locally. Now where we got images, and we'll just call this Delta Inverter logo, that's fine. Now you have to check in with Ian if this is all correct. Let's just open it up and just see if it's a full-size image. Yeah. Okay, so this is a full-size image which we now need to crop. So we can edit it. I imagine that you have an editor in your computer. If you don't, then you can chat to Ian about using Photoshop. But basically we want to crop this down so that it's a rectangle shape. We'll save that copy. Under images, we'll create some folders. Okay. So now back to the site that we're working on. Come in here and we'll make this the Delta logo, which we need to upload from our local files. Select the file. Where are we? UV Power, Images, Delta, and there we go. There's the logo. Put it in at full size and see how it looks. Okay, so you can see that it resizes it to match the width of that available space. And then we'll need to get a little bit of a blurb from Ian, and then some links to that category. Now we can't put the link in yet because we haven't built the individual page. So what we're going to do now is kind of jump ahead. So that process there of applying the brand to the top level product category page as it appears in the navigation, that's what we've covered now. I'm going to update that page. And now we've got to create another page. Now this page is going to be that brand. So this was Delta, and we're talking about inverters. So we're going to add a new page. I'm going to call it Delta Solar Inverters. switch to the advanced layout editor. We're going to apply a template, and this time the template is called Product Overview. Now it looks very similar to that last layout, except it's got a different bit of information here, which is the Delta product grid. So what we need to do here is update this image to a Delta solar inverter. So we change the title, we'll update this image, get rid of that image, we'll insert a new image, and here just find a good Delta image. Let's see what that one looks like. That one doesn't look very good at all. So let's find a Delta inverter. Okay, so this is a 5 kilowatt inverter. This is going to be like a nice clean image like that. Okay, so save the image, save it in Delta. I'll go back into the site that we're working on, upload the file, okay, so we've got the full size image in there. Remember, the attachment display needs to be set to full size. That just means that 1, it'll resize to whatever screen it's on, and 2, if people click on it, it'll blow up into a light box if we set that setting. Okay, so Delta solar inverters. Now here we can do a product grid, and it will we'll just choose the categories of product that we want to display: 3-phase, single phase, or single phase hybrid. And what that will do is pull in all of those products into a product grid below this information. You might want to chat to Ian about whether he wants to break up the categories even more. So what could happen is that we could just release the top level categories, meaning that rather than showing all the products, we could just have links to these top 3 categories, and they can choose from those options and then dig deeper into the site. But that's just something you'll have to discuss with Ian. Okay, once you've done that, click on Publish. Okay, and now we have the URL that we can copy and go back to our previous page. So we're working on solar inverters. We'll go into that page now. And now we have the information that we need for this link. We can change this to Delta inverters. Okay, looking good. Oops. Okay, so under Advanced, we'll choose where it goes. And for this one, we're going to go to a page, and we can choose Delta solar inverters from the page list because we've already made it. So now we save that. We'll update the page. We can go to the solar inverters page, open up. Okay, so we've got the new title, new image. Now we've got this fancy pants Delta box. And when we click on the Delta inverters, it will go to a Delta solar inverters page. And it looks like we need to update the background for that image. And then all of this information will be pulled in dynamically once we've actually populated the products, which will be your next job, no doubt. So I hope all that's clear. Feel free to give me a buzz if it's not, and I'll chat to you soon.